Hello my fellow digital race car drivers and those aspiring to be. I'm Dale Rodman Jr. III, and this is Slow to Pro, the video series where I go from slow to the best part of an Oreo, the middle. Today's race was an unranked race with LFM during their off-season. We got 18 cars / victims on the grid. 2 of those cars are starting way in the back, so we are starting in P16. It's time for the green flag. Now, turn 1 in Nürburgring can be a bit zesty. Some may even call it spicy. I've even heard some say turn 1 at Nürburgring packs as much flavor as turn 1 at the Cheese Dome, Monza. But not here, not today. We're just gonna sweep right at the inside and nothing bad is gonna happen to us. Several cars wide in front of us, the most responsible group of red badged rookie drivers I've ever seen. And now we're heading impatiently around the outside of this McLaren through turn 2, but it's easy, it's speezy, it's lemon squeezy. We make it stick. We're going up around the outside of a BMW now, but we don't have the speed to make the pass on the Schemer and the Beamer. Gotta keep an eye on the Aston Martin going wide there as they come back on the circuit, getting a little squiggly wibbly, wobbly bobbly. But they're able to keep it under control, no harm, no foul. Headed into turn 4, I think things are gonna start to settle here, but the Aston Martin wants his position right back. These knuckleheads going side by side. For a brief moment, I believed in the Aston Martin, then they slipped on the curb, and that's when I realized, nope, BMWs are gonna be able to hold their position here too. Let's just hope that the BMW makes a mistake headed down into this double apex, and my hope works. What do you know? I control the universe. If we're able to gain a position, puts us up into P13. Now trailing 2 BMWs as we head up to the Schumacher S, and the one leading us is going to go ahead off into the dirt there, and luckily he's going to regain control of his car. It's going to give us an easy pass, put us up into P12, coming up into whatever turn this is. Feels good when you get it right. I don't get it right, neither does the BMW in front of us, but I get it more righter than he does, so it puts us up into P11. It's worth celebrating. Also worth celebrating is the idea that you just click subscribe so you could bear witness to this dollar store version of Drive to Survive. We're into the 300s now, and before you know it, it's going to be 300,000, and you're going to want to, you're going to want to have been on the ground floor of that. So basically, invest now into this little scam by clicking subscribe, and don't let CoffeeZilla catch wind of what we're doing here. So we finished the opening lap in P11. Let's go ahead and skip ahead now to the next bit of action. Here we are on lap number 2, headed down into turn number 8. Ferrari's gonna have a moment, end up running a bit wide. I'm gonna stuff my big fat bald head right up alongside. You know me, I'll give the space, but he don't know me. He don't know I'll give space. So he backs out, gives us the position, puts us up into P10. I'll take it. Skipping ahead now to the start of lap number 3, right on the tail of an Audi. We're gonna make a very predictable shot right up the inside. What's not so predictable is what's happening on the other side of turn 1. A Porsche has just spun-ed a Ferrari. We're able to sneak right around the outside, gains us another 2 positions, so that's 3 right there, puts us all the way up from P9 into P6. Let's go ahead and skip ahead again. Here we are at the end of lap number 3. Ferrari in front of us, gonna have a moment, gonna end up out there on the grass, and not gonna be able to get those dirt cover tires to stick back up through the final turn. We're gonna be able to get our big fat bald head on the inside, and we're gonna go shoulder to shoulder, toe to toe, nose to nose, wood to wood with this Ferrari as we head down to turn 1 to begin lap number 4. But the Ferrari and McLaren in front of us gonna bump shoulders, and the Ferrari's gonna lose a little bit of traction, but he's gonna be able to regain it, and we're gonna be able to sneak up the inside here and snag us another position to put us up into P4 as we head through turn number 2. It's secured, that's in the bag, that's a pizza well delivered. Skipping ahead now to the start of lap number 5. We finally caught this McLaren, and we're gonna take a peek around the outside, not to make the pass, just to let him know that we're there. See, in my head, I'm trying to get in his head, which might mean that he's in my head, because everything's going smooth so far until bam, the head games are no longer games for the McLaren as my blue and white Lamborghini has crept into his consciousness and compromised his line. We are now side by side fighting for our first dip into the podium. If only we can make this pass stick like the fly trap at your mama's house. Headed into turn 6, and we're able to. Puts us up into P3 for the moment. Let's go ahead and skip on ahead to the next bit of action. Here we are on lap number 6, headed for turn 6. And my wheel disconnects for a split second, sends us careening off track, but it reconnects itself and everything gets back under control. No big deal, I guess. Whatever. We're down into P6 now. Skip ahead to the next bit of action. Lap 7, turn 11. Ferrari does not have their best go, but I do, and gives us a bit of momentum. Ferrari also doesn't have their best go at turn 12, and I do. gives us a bit of momentum, and that makes for a pretty easy pass to put us back up into P5 for the time being. Let's go ahead and skip ahead to the next bit of action. Here we are sitting in P4 on lap number 10. We gained P4 to somebody crashed off circuit, couldn't even see him. And then we're coming down to turn number 8, and I'll just give him a little gentle little I felt really bad about that. I sent him an apology afterward. He also sent me an apology. He thought he brake checked me. I thought I just hit him in the butt, because I'm pretty sure I just hit him in the butt. So I went ahead and drove real slow until he regained the position on me. So let's go ahead and skip ahead now to when I earned the position from him. Here we are in P9, lap number 11. Ferrari just has a bit of a moment there, and we're able to sneak right up the inside. It's an easy routine pass, but hey, P8. Let's go ahead and skip ahead again. Here we are, still lap number 12. Audi makes a move around the BMW, and the BMW is going to decide to turn his car into a weapon of mass destruction, but the Audi's got his head on a swivel and says, "No, you don't, sir. I'll go right up the inside of you again, and I'll take that position too." That's going to put us up at the P7, right on the tail of this Audi. Things are exciting. There's just over 6.5 minutes to go as we head through the Schumacher S for the 12th time in this race, trying to set up for a really good turn 11 and 12 so I can get some momentum on this Audi down the long straight. So let's see if that plan that I had worked out in my head pays off. We're going to take a real wide entry here, and bam, it's going to pay off. We're going to get the momentum that we need, and we're going to sweep right at the inside on exit, and that's going to make for a pretty easy routine pass. Puts us back up into P6 with just over 6 minutes remaining. If we can make it stick. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Indeed, we can. You know I'll make it stick. Let's go ahead and skip ahead to the next bit of action. Here we are, started lap number 15. As I closed the gap, Lamborghini began taking a defensive line down the straight. And you know me, I ain't afraid of the outside line. I'll go right around. We bump shoulders, but I ain't scared. He's able to regain his spot and swerve right in front of me as we enter turn 2. I was hoping to get the inside line of turn 2, but it doesn't happen. But what does happen is our Delta continues to sink into the red as the Ferrari behind us continues to close the gap. So now we got a good 3-car chugga-chugga-choo-choo train going here, and I'm scared for my life that I'm going to receive what I gave out earlier. So I'm checking my mirror, I'm looking at that, probably more than I should be looking in front of me here, following this Lamborghini shine. And I'm going to go ahead and fudge this turn here, end up understeering quite massively, going to run it way wide, going to give the Ferrari a window as I run it into the sand and the grass, because I'm a complete moron, not just a halfway. So now we are side by side with the Ferrari headed through turn 8, a double apex. He's pretty much guaranteed the spot, so I've given it to him here, and we'll live to fight another day. Let's go ahead and skip ahead now, actually, to the start of the very final lap. Lap number 16, the Ferrari takes a defensive inside line as we head down the straight for turn number 1. It's exactly where I anticipated that he would go. I look to the right, I see that he is still there indeed. He bows out real wide, forces me to the edge of the track as he should, but we've got the inside line to turn 2. I was confident that's where the battle would end, but I'm a stupid man. The Ferrari does a great job maintaining their speed and position on the outside line as we head through turn 3. But headed into turn 4, this is where it ends for the Ferrari. Right across the nose, cut him and shut the door. Puts us into P6 finally, solidifies the spot, and that's exactly where we'd go on to finish the race. Low Fuel Motorsport has started their 11th season, so I should be back later this week with some action from Donington Park. And Zealous Racing League finally returns tonight after a server outage delay and then a holiday for round number 6 of 7 at Paul Ricard. And you can expect that action early next week for sure. As always, thank you for watching Slow to Pro. I'm Dale Robbins Jr. III. You guys have the kind of day you want to have.